Hey guys, Jaws the Shark Reviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Rise of the Beasts Nightbird. So, here she is in her car mode, and um, I'm pretty looking forward to reviewing this gal right here because um, one of my most highly anticipated Studio Series figures for Rise of the Beasts was Nightbird because her design is very awesome and stuff in the movie. Probably my favorite Nightbird design of all time, even better than G1 because this one's got a very cool design. I mean, I love the jetpack and stuff. So, um, but the unfortunate thing before this figure came out was that the most accurate one we had was the mainline one, which does a decent job, but doesn't do that design justice. And but now we got the Studio Series one, the most accurate mainline figure, most accurate outside of, third party figures and potential masterpiece somewhere down the line. We'll see about that. But but in the meantime, I'm glad to have the Studio Series figure right here. But it does have its flaws, but anyways, before we get into all that, let's take a look at the packaging. So here it is, and yeah, so you get some cool artwork here of Nightbird. She is SS-104, and of course the Terracon. And yeah, Transformers Rise of the Beast. Got the logo wrap here. On the side, you got all this right here. Now close shot of her face. Deluxe class. On the side here, get more distant shot, and completely wrong faction logo. And authentic. Now the back here, you get all this here, big screen inspired. The name of the backdrop is Attack at the Museum. I think it might be the same one that came with Battle Trap. It's just a smaller backdrop because, she's a deluxe. And Battle Trap was a Voyager. So there's a shot of that. And then here's the bio. You can read that if you want. And there's just all this right down here. And on the bottom, just all this right there. If you're interested in that, then hey, there you go. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's bring Nightbird right back into the frame. So here's her in her alt mode. I gotta say, it's a pretty cool looking alt mode. I believe this is a Nissan. Yeah, it's officially licensed. Right up there. So you got the logo and stuff. I forgot what model of Nissan it is. It's probably at latest 90s vehicle because, it takes place in 94. But yeah. So, here's the alt mode. Looks pretty cool. So, yeah, here's the front grille right here. I really dig that. I love the gold paint. And I love that little Terracon logo in there. It's a little bit sloppy, but, it's understandable considering the size. You got the windshield right here in clear plastic. I do love, how you can see through this right here as if it were a real car. You got the back windshield right there. You get this nice continued gold paint right here on the sides here. And I love what they did for the hubcaps. They gave that nice metallic purple, which the main line did as well. So I will give that one some credit right there. And yeah, now for the bomb, visible head syndrome, but overall though, I quite dig it. I mean, it's basically at this point, it's not too uncanny to have a Transformers face underneath the vehicle because, I mean, in the Bumblebee movie, we literally saw his face right underneath him in his alt mode when Charlie was looking below him in his VW Beetle mode. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the alt mode right there, at least detail-wise. And yeah, I really like it. Only complaints would be nice if maybe there was a bit more paint, but I mean, I guess this is accurate as you can get. I don't know, I think it's pretty good. No real complaints, actually, really. I guess maybe some paint back here. I don't know, it looks like there could be a bit more. But besides that, I like it. I love the spoiler, too. Definite upgrade over the main line, because that was literally just her sword, kind of... It was like her claw split apart and then attached alongside her sword to the back. We'll see that during the comparisons, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. One more thing before we do the alt mode size comparisons is the storage for her, well, accessory. It's one accessory right here. Yeah, and this is her sword, and I think it's pretty nice. I think it could use a bit more paint. But the real complaint I have is, whoops. I wish she came with 2 of these, because if you remember in the movie, she wielded 2 swords and not just one. So I think it's a bit of a bummer that they only include one, especially, you know, there's like 2 slots here that you can store the sword, you know, you can do on either one, but it'd be nice if, you know, because there's the other slots possible, just to have another sword in there, and you could still store as normal, but nope, only 1 sword. I don't know why that is. But speaking of storage, yeah, you just, there's like this kind of tab right here, and then there's like these slots right there, and you can tuck this in right there. I'd say this is one of the cleanest alt mode storages. Whoops, gotta make sure I'm doing it right. I usually do on this side. The only problem is it's a little bit fiddly to keep it in there, but it's, come on, there we go. Yeah, it's pretty nice and clean. It's not like sticking up in some random area. It's right at the bottom, and you could still roll this thing perfectly with down underneath, so I do like that. But I will remove this for now, and yeah. So yeah, only complaints with the accessories are that I wish, you know, this was painted a bit more, because I do remember some more kind of purple detailing, and also wish there was a second one. That's pretty much it for accessory complaints there. So yeah, now anyways, let's do some size comparisons here in the alt mode. So starting off, here we have her with Scourge, and so there's that. Here she is with Valtrap. And last but not least, here she is with the mainline Nightbird. And yeah, so as you can see, yeah, the alt mode on this one's way better than this one, because this one, you know, there's some little orange bits that were left unpainted, and I will say what they did with the storage here was clever. You'll make that into a spoiler, but this looks a lot more realistic than this is, because this is really just a sword trying to fit in as a spoiler. But on the bottom, you know, the head's a lot more hidden in and stuff, and I think this works a lot better because it's the same kind of color, the dark color, instead of this, or just orange plastic. Yeah, they're trying to do like what they did here with this paint, but, you know, this looks a lot better than that. And the definite improvement is the front. This looks a lot more premium than this. This is just kind of simple, basic stuff. Nothing wrong with it, this is more like it. But I will say, though, this Deluxe here, the mainline Nightbird, isn't really that bad. And I do notice, especially in the transformation and even the robot mode, this one does take several cues from that one, which, you know, I don't really mind, as long as it is pulled off pretty good. That's okay. But I won't say it's quite a retool. It just kind of borrows some engineering techniques from that one. Alright, so let's get right down to the transformation. Hooray! So starting off, let's focus right here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bring this door area back right here. And you want to do the same thing with this side. So there's that. Then next you just want to bring it. The transformation is pretty much almost exactly the same as with the main line. And because I've gotten used to that one, it's not too hard for me to transform in this one. But yeah, we want to bring up the spoiler area right here, and then just kind of put that all on the top for now. The next, just kind of move out the legs, and then you're going to, well, first kind of move this piece to the side. I'm trying to get it out, but it won't budge. Or actually, no, you have to flip the foot right here, and then straighten out the leg, and then swivel this around, and there you go. And then next, yeah, you just want to pop this up, or actually you don't really need to pull it out, unlike with the main line. It just kind of comes out automatically, and you can squeeze that right in there. And you just do the same thing on this side, and you want to flip up the toes, both of them, and then just put this in right there, and there we go. Now we got the legs all done. Hooray! And then next, just want to bring up the arms and shoulders here. and then move them to the sides. And then after that, you just want to flip up this middle section here, and then you just want to bring this all back and then rotate this all around. So now it should be like this. And then next, just bring down the chest piece until it clicks. And then you're going to move together the little chest pieces here, and then just move them a little more closer to the center. Nope, come on. Make sure this gets in there. Yeah, there's like these little tabs that go into those slots, so just want to do that. I got on one side, come on, there we go. Now I got on the other side. So there we go, now you got the chest, it's more condensed. And let's bring up the shoulders. Then, now we got all this back kibble right here. This is starting off, you just want to move this piece up, and then bring down this area. And then, next thing you're going to want to do is you want to move this like that, and then you're going to want to put this like around right here. So you see, the spoiler there's like a little tab, and then there's a slot right here on like where the grill was for the car, and you just want to tab that. And I'm not sure if that's the official Hasbro instruction thing. I just saw on YouTube and stuff that's something you do to kind of help keep that together there. I think it works pretty decently. And I guess straighten out the legs a little bit. And once you are all done with that, there you guys have Nightbird in her robot mode. And I gotta say, it does have some issues. Oh yeah, you also want to move the little shoulder pieces out to the sides here. But yeah, it does have some issues. But I think it definitely is a heavy improvement over the mainline one overall. It just took everything the mainline had and improved it, like in terms of detailing, accuracy, all that stuff. Yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at the head sculpt. Perfect head sculpt. Look, that is perfect. There's red in there for the or it's kind of like an orangish red. The Terracons have a bit more of like an orangish red for their eyes, not to be confused, with just the plain red that the Decepticons have, which is good. Yeah, it's like an orangish sort of. Yeah, it's actually more orange than it is red. That's cool. And I love what they did here for the head crest. It's like this clear plastic, like this dark purple plastic. I think that looks nice. And the sculpting too for the face looks awesome. That's the head alone is the one reason why I think this version of Nightbird's my favorite, and especially in terms of design. But even in character, it's not just some RAM drone or whatever that the Decepticons hacked. It's a literal character, and I think that's cool. And yeah, it would be nice if there's more paint. That's one complaint I have. I mean, there's some areas where you get some paint. I mean, I'll say the chest. You got a little right up here. And I noticed there's kind of like some actual literal bird detailing right there, like with the crotch area. Because, I mean, it makes sense, Nightbird. Even this kind of resembles a beak a bit, the head crest. I just realized, actually, this kind of looks like Air Razor a little bit. But yeah, and you get some paint here around the shins. But it'd be nice if there's just a little bit more, especially in the arms. I mean, I do like that little metallic purple they got going on there. But it'll be awesome to have a bit more. And this is one complaint I have with the figure. The kibble. It's bad. Yeah, the kibble on this is bad. Yeah, I can understand why it's like that. It's still a bit, yeah. That's the one problem with the Fembot toys and stuff, because of, the slimmer proportions that they give them. Then there's all this kibble from the alt modes. Like, I mean, that's the thing that's been cursing RC figures for a long time. It wasn't until like I guess SSA 6 and even Masterpiece they kind of fixed that. But still, I mean, you still got kibble lava areas where there shouldn't be. But again, I can at least understand why it's there. But they could have done a better job of cleaning this up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the general view. So yeah, now for the articulation, the head it's on the ball joint, so it can move side to side. it can look up this much and then down that much. The shoulders can move outwards that far and then rotate a full 180. And then she does have a bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow. Oop. That's never happened before. The forearm popped off. Bit strange. Unfortunately, she does not have a wrist swivel, so that's a bit of a bummer. She, I think, does have a waist swivel. Yeah, like a little bit, but it's a bit hindered because of the kibble, but she does have one. I'll say the legs can move back and forth, and outwards that much. She does have a thigh swivel. It's a little bit lower than the usual thigh swivel, but she's got one. A bend at the knee, actually technically a double bend at the knee because of how this all works. This is similar to the mainline one. So yeah, I told you there would be a lot of cues taken from that one. And she does have this very weird ankle pivot. It's a little higher than it should be, but hey, at least she does have one. Well, obviously you can move the shoulder pads, but that's not really articulation technically, but it's more of an adjustment. So yeah, there you guys have her articulation. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So yeah. Now, anyways, for the accessories, well, again, she does come with her sword or katana. I think it's, in this case, a katana, but still. It's basically still a sword. And yeah, that looks real cool right there. Just wish, she had another one. So yeah. And technically another accessory, I mean, it's not really an accessory. I forgot, I think you might have to assemble this on. I completely forgot. It's been like almost a month since I bought this figure. But she does have her wings from the movie. You can see them right here. But there's one issue with them. And for those that probably already seen this figure, other reviews and stuff, you probably already know, or at least seen the product images. Well, first thing, in order to configure it where the wings are positioned, there's this like tab right here that goes in the slot. You just want to put that in right there. Oop, and then this popped off. I'll put that off to the side. So yeah, you want to put up there. It's a little difficult to put in. There you go. And then next you just want to swell out the wings, and yeah, there you guys go. There you guys have Nightbird with her wings, and yeah, they could have been done a bit better. I will say they do look a bit better in hand than they do on like the product images, because when I first saw them, I'm like, oh my god, that looks small, and it still does look a bit small. I mean, it actually still is quite a bit small, but it doesn't look as bad in hand. I mean, a lot of stuff doesn't look as bad in hand, at least in most cases. But I'd still wish that these wings were a lot longer, because in the movie, for those that have seen it, y'all probably have to remember that she had pretty long wings, like probably went to about here or here. And that's not the only complaint. I wish there was also a bit more paint. There's some nice detail in there, but the only paint's like at the top, this like metallic purple, which looks fine, but just be nice if you had a bit more. But yeah, yeah, I gotta see. I don't usually get upgrade kits. I don't think I've ever gotten one, but I will have to see if they got one for Nightbird here. Because, yeah, she can't fly with these dinky little wings, but I guess I'll do for now. They're not too bothersome, I'd say. But yeah, now anyways, getting her straightened up right here. Let's do some... come on. Alright, there we go. So anyways, now for some robot mode size comparisons. Here she is with Scourge. There's that. Here she is with Trap. And last but not least, here she is with her mainline counterpart. And yeah, I gotta say, overall, this one's a lot better. It's a lot more movie accurate, a lot more articulation. Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, definitely. It's better in every way, except for one thing. This one does have a little kibble, but it's a lot better than this mess. But yeah, I do like how there's some pain in the knees. But aside from those things, this one definitely takes the cake, while still being flawed a little bit. So yeah, there you guys have the robot mode size comparisons. And of course, because this is a Studio Series review, we must take a look at the backdrop. So there it is, the museum attack scene right there. Pretty chaotic scene, yeah, so there's that. You got Studio Series 104, all this here. Usual Studio Series backdrop stuff. Yeah, so you just put Nightbird right here. So that, come on, there. That's what it looks like. Yeah, again, like I always say, I don't keep these, but, they do look cool sometimes. Sometimes they look a little bit ridiculous, but, yeah, there you guys have that. And there you guys have my review for the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Rise of the Beast Nightbird. I gotta say, she does have some flaws, as previously stated. She does lack a little bit of paint in some areas, but that's not really the huge issue. One more thing I forgot to mention. They did mold in her little cannon, or like little gun things on the sides. So that's pretty cool. There's that. I just want to point that. I just noticed that now. But anyways, yeah. Back to the figure. And so some areas, are lacking paint a bit, like the arms, legs a little bit. The real issue though with the robot mode though is the kibble. It's atrocious, as you guys already saw. Then also, the wings too are a little too small. I can understand why, so that way they can fit the car mode and stuff, but they could just include that as like separate accessories. I mean, these already are removable, so you could just do the same thing for bigger wings, but oh well. Just gonna have to see if an upgrade kit company makes something like that, like Toy Hacks or whatever. And it would be nice if she had some wrist holes, although considering the molded in guns, now I can see why she didn't, but still, would be nice to have. In terms of the car mode, I don't really have any issues with that. It's mainly some things in the robot mode, but besides all those criticisms, it's a pretty fun figure right here. This Nightbird's very well done, aside from the few flaws in the robot mode. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're a Nightbird fan or a fan of Rise of the Beast, or just the movies in general, then I highly recommend this figure. If you're a little worried with the kibble, it's not really too bad, especially when you're fiddling with it. It's not really too bothersome. It's just kind of there, and it's a bit, annoying, especially looking in the back. Aside from that, I think this kind of drooped down a little bit. Like this back section here is drew me down a little bit. But yeah, overall, pretty decent figure. Just, has a bit of flaws. That kind of sat down a little bit to being near perfect. But still worth pickup. So, yeah, there you guys have my thoughts on this figure. So, anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of this figure. So, anyways, guys, as always, till all are one.